Okay, in this short tutorial, I'm going to walk you through how to utilize Padlet, a great website to use for communication and collaboration online in your learning environment. So Padlet makes it really easy to log in and sign up. If you have a Google account, just sign up with your Google account, but I'm going to already made my account, so I'm going to log in right here. I'm going to select my correct Google account, and that'll take me right to my dashboard. So here on my dashboard is where I can find, I can actually create a Padlet if I have a link or a code to join another Padlet, or I've been invited to one. I can join one here, and then there's a gallery function here where you can explore Padlets that are available for public use. All right, so I'm going to actually model how to actually make a Padlet, so I'm going to focus right here. So you're going to click on this little pink bar here. You're going to click Make a Padlet. And the new screen that comes up, you have actually several options from Padlet on how it'll be actually structured. You have the good old brick wall layout, so it'll be kind of in a grid format. This is a great one, the canvas, because you can actually take different ideas and you can connect them with arrows. This creates like a stream, so it's just one on top of the other. This is in a grid format, so it's actually like in everything will be arranged in rows. This is the shelf, which will actually organize the posts by columns, so you can actually set up different columns, so learners can actually, for example, for a KWL chart, that you can have a column for the know, the what I want to learn, and then what I learned column, and then here's a back channel feed as well. But there's also templates down here that you can choose from, and they have the KWL chart right there, some organizational charts, things like that, that you can actually utilize. But all right, just for today's purposes, to see the basic functionality of it, I'm going to actually select a wall Padlet. And this is what comes up when you create your Padlet. So first thing you're going to do is you're going to change it. So this is, I'll just name this my practice Padlet. And here's a description. Usually right here, I put directions. If it's a guiding question, something I want my learners to respond to, that's what I'll actually put here. Directions for the type of post on the Padlet, those kind of things is what I put in the description. But this Padlet is for modeling. All right, and it looks like I misspelled modeling, so let me, maybe I didn't spell it right. But all right, so then you can actually, the wallpaper is the background, and you have multiple types of wallpaper you can choose. What I found from experience is the best wallpaper is one that's not going to be distracting or make the post hard to read. So I'm going to pick a kind of a basic one, that scroll one right here. When you're done, you click on this back arrow, and then you can actually choose the different post colors. So since this is a lighter color, I'm going to have it post in dark night. Here's the different types of fonts you can choose. So I'll choose Niagara. And then the icons can actually create a symbol that'll be actually next to your Padlet to help remind you and the learners what the focus of the Padlet is. So when I think of practice, I think of sports. So I'm going to put a little basketball right there. And down here, this is actually really critical to turn on the attribution. This is actually where it'll actually display the author's name above each post. I always have this on unless, of course, I want it to be anonymous for a specific purpose. Also, you can turn on the profanity filter, so it'll actually replace all the bad words. Comments, by turning on the comments, learners can actually comment on their peers' posts, so you can actually have them start to react to what people are posting, so going a little bit deeper and up on the levels of web's DOK levels. And then here they can actually do something very simple by just putting reactions to it, so liking it, voting, giving it stars, those kind of things. And then you can always add tags to it as well. And if you have the paid subscription, you can also customize your Padlet address. So this will always be at the beginning of it with your username right there. And then I'll just name this practice Padlet. Then you click on the next. And here's where you have your sharing. So you can set it up to be completely private, and then you can actually down here put in your learners' email addresses, or if they already have Padlet accounts set up, their usernames. You can actually make it password protected, so you can put a password right here, so only people with the password can actually access your Padlet, and then you can add the different levels of access right here. You can make it completely secret. So again, this is very similar to those to being private, but in a search, the secret ones will not appear. And then you can make it public, where anybody that has the link can access it and write on it. So this is usually the one that I have set up, that I select, because I don't think anybody's going out and stealing my Padlets, to be honest. And then moderation. If you, while you're first initially utilizing Padlet, my recommendation is to put the moderation on, because before a post actually gets published on your Padlet, if you have the moderation on, it actually has to be approved by you first before it can actually be appear on your Padlet. After a while, though, this can become kind of cumbersome. Once your learners have been trained on how to act properly and respond to each other properly in an online environment, then you can definitely turn off that moderation piece. And once you have that all set up the way that you want it, you just click Next and click here to start posting. And to post on a Padlet, you just come to right down here and you click on the little pink circle right there with a plus, and you can put in the title, My Practice Post. Whoops. You can write something. This is where your learners would post. I am practicing with this. And then also a great thing about Padlet is they have all these other functions too. So learners can actually upload a file and post it here. They can post an image, a link to another website. So if you're having that, like, kind of crowdsourcing, doing a crowdsourcing activity on researching online for a specific topic, then learners can actually post their links and give a short summary in the description or in their actual post of what that site's about. They can take a picture. So if they want them to post maybe a problem that they solved, they can actually snap a picture of it and post it up here. They can do a video, audio recording, a drawing, a map, and then they can actually link to another Padlet. So lots of choices there. That's really great. Once you're done posting, see how here it'll be like the rating part and the comment. You can still always go back in here and you can edit your own post once it's been posted, as well as remove it, and you can add a different color to it too if you want it to kind of stand out. The next huge thing that you're going to need to know is how to share that link with your learners, which is going to be right here under this share button right there. So you're going to click on share, and then this is where you can change those privacy settings if you choose to before you share it. But you can also, it'll generate a QR code so that learners can access it through a QR code, or you can simply copy the link to the Padlet and then you can put it on a Google Doc and share it within that way on Google Classroom or any other LMS or way you can share it. You can also embed it in a blog or website here. You can email it to them. And then right here, like I said earlier, you can actually share it in Google Classroom. Down here, these are actually different ways you can export your Padlet. So if you want to save it as an image, a PDF, as CSV, Excel spreadsheet, or if you just want to print it out for your records, you have all those options there as well. And one thing to make sure that you're aware of, where this can be a benefit, is that if you are using a free Padlet account, now Padlet limits you to only 3 Padlets at a time for the free accounts. So if you want to actually have a different Padlet for a different group or different class, or you just want to go beyond 3 Padlets, you're going to need to delete those Padlets. So you probably want to save the postings for your records. So you're going to use one of these functions to export it before you actually delete it. But that's about it. Padlet's a great way to increase collaboration and communication online in your learning environment. And also, I found too that some of your more reticent speakers or the learners that that could possibly even be mute in some way, this actually provides them voice where before they might not have been able to share their ideas and their insights in a learning environment. But thank you very much, and I hope you find Padlet to be a great use in your learning environment. Thank you.